you don't get to hear a 421 purring just every day. All right, I'm standing in front of a beautiful 63 Bonneville wagon with the owner, Rich Wilkinson. And Rich, I don't know where to start. This is an absolutely gorgeous car. You know, we're at the tailgate, which is what wagons are all about, right?
Absolutely.
Let's start at the back. What was involved in getting this put back right? How many pieces of stainless are there?
Yeah, roughly there's 72 pieces of stainless, you know, plus all the carpeting, replacing all the carpeting, you know, the trim, the vinyl on the sides and all that. We had to thoroughly go through it because it was unrestored.
Yeah.
And it needed a lot of help.
Well, and wagons
yeah.
they get used, don't they?
Oh, absolutely. It had been well used. It was a tow car because it had an aftermarket hitch on it.
Okay.
And then they parked it in 1984. And the reason why we know that is because there was a sticker that registration.
Okay.
Registration.
Right. All right. Well, let's look at the interior.
Of course.
This roof rack, did that come on the car too?
Roof rack was part of the luggage rack, was part of one of the options.
Wow.
Yeah. And what was kind of goofy about that, I mean, all the parts, it was on the car, it was in the back. But to make it fit, the way they got it to fit, you know, the part that actually is on the actual body, they had rolled it up.
Did they really?
They had rolled it up. So we had to work it a little bit to get it, be happy to get back to a flat configuration.
Well, and being a Bonneville, we'll see the emblem here. It has all the side trim around the windows.
All the stainless.
To the max, all the stainless.
Yeah.
What options do we have here? You have air conditioning, it looks like?
It's got the air conditioning. It's got the AM, FM. That was the first year you could get AM, FM. It's also got the cruise control, which is over here.
Oh, there it is.
That was the first year for that. It's got, of course, power windows, but also has power vents, which is kind of neat.
Yeah, power vent windows was not that common, was it?
Yeah, and
That's
I think the 63 was the first year you could get vents in the Pontiac.
All right.
As well. It's got the Guide-Matic automatic headlight dimmer.
Yeah.
At the top of the dash.
Okay. I notice a tilt steering column.
Tilt steering column as well. And what's kind of neat with the tilt steering column, the actual, each of the, I don't want to say handles, but the rods or whatever, they had a different tip. They were normally a little smaller tip on the non-tilt or on like the Catalina.
So you can tell by feel in the dark.
Yes,
even.
yes, to some degree, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
And also, Pontiac did this trick with the radio and the climate control being very similar looking.
Yeah, everybody asks, oh, you have two, you have two HVAC, two air conditionings, or something like that. And that was something that was big on the Pontiacs, it seems like, through like 66, that look.
Right, they enjoyed that somehow. And also, notice the transmission sequence goes from drive to low down to reverse.
Right, rather than the Prindle style that we got used to later.
Yeah, but I can see an advantage to that, especially if you got stuck in the mud or the snow, right?
Yeah, oh, absolutely. And you could get either a 4-way seat or a 6-way seat like this.
In 63, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, you could get a 6-way seat, kind of crazy.
Wow.
Well, you know, very typical GM versus like, you know, the other big makers.
Yeah.
You start with Cadillac, then you flow it down to Buick,
right?
Oldsmobile, and Pontiac and Chevy eventually.
What a beautiful interior, too. You know, people think of wagons as Spartan, but this is not.
Oh, it had to have been probably like a dealer's, the head of the dealer who ordered up for his, you know, his wife.
His family's car, right?
Very, very typical for the time. If it had been like a Michigan car, then I think they would call it like a brass hat, you know, one of those.
So what can you tell me about the 421 and where it fits?
The 421, there were all the Super Duties, which were, you know, amazing cars. But then for your more pedestrian regular vehicles, you could get the 421 like this.
Okay.
And you could either get with a 4-barrel, which this version is, or the tri-power.
Okay.
And the tri-powers, of course, have a little more horsepower.
Right.
But they were all about the same amount of torque.
Yeah, I believe that's right, Does cruise control even work? It's pretty
well, that's that little, you know, you saw the little metal box. That was essentially the chrome-based one. Okay. You set the speed and engage it.
Okay, and it looks like your throttle pedal, I'm just looking at the connecting linkage.
Yeah, and you connect over into your actual linkage. Yep.
Yeah, and so the gas pedal's literally moving this right here, I guess.
Yes.
And it's holding wherever.
Yes. And it does work because not perfectly, which I guess is acceptable after 62 years.
Yep.
But it will engage.
And was this engine, I guess, it's been restored, was gone through?
Yeah, completely gone through. The engine was a problem. The transmission was a was a mess, and so it needed a lot of work.
Right on. And this is the first year of the stacked headlights, isn't it, for Pontiac?
Correct. Yeah, they went for that for 63 to 66, and then and then other makers like tend to copy each other, like the 65 Fords went to that style.
That's right. Yeah, it was kind of a little fad for a few years, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I would say
something new look.
I like
something different.
The split grille is really cool too, and the way they integrated that
very
emblem.
iconic. Yes.
Oh man, that's gorgeous. Well, Rich, you can be rightfully proud of this wagon. I know some people don't really notice wagons the same way, but I got to tell you, this is fantastic. It's beautiful.
Well, yeah, and because it's hard to find information on it, becomes a kind of a puzzle. It essentially becomes a puzzle to work through them.
Yeah.
In fact, even finding like the trim on the side trim where it says here, like the Bonneville.
Okay.
I didn't realize it until trying to make, replace the original, which was, all pitted and all that.
Yeah.
There were like 3 different styles.
No way.
Some of them had black, some had dark blue, and even the backing of the Bonneville letters was different.
I would have never guessed.
I didn't know it either. Like I said, that was all part of the puzzle. And kind of that learning about what was there.
Right. And you showed me the build sheet. I was impressed to know that it also had the posi track rear end.
Yeah, it did have the posi. Yeah, it's the 323 rear end. Yeah, that was.
So yeah, someone really they ordered this car exactly how they wanted it, I guess.
Oh yeah, no, and it was. We were lucky to find it. It was one of those things we'd been looking for years for something like this. Vehicles, Pontiac.
Sure.
And we like all cars, but you kind of have to pick a brand that you feel comfortable with.
That's right.
Because all the nuances.
So, what was involved in the?
It was on eBay. It was on eBay.
No way.
eBay.
On eBay. And how long have you had it now?
Since we bought it in 2009, and then we did the restoration from 2000 to 2019.
Okay. Wow. Well, you did a beautiful job.
Yeah, we finished it a couple months right before, like March 2020. Kind of when the world shut down for COVID, and it went to its first show. The BOP show, and that was good. It was what was funny is we don't like the awards. We just like to hear everybody's stories and and things like that. And the one thing that myself and Art Wright, who was the restoration shop, we're standing there, we're hearing everything. It's like big deal. And we're walking back to our cars, and they say, "And the best of show is a '63 Bonneville Pontiac." And we're like, get out of here. Because he brought like a 58 Cadillac Eldorado Baritz.
Yeah, right.
Beautiful car, amazing car.
Yeah.
That should have won. And we were like, okay, fine, whatever. But,
wow, that's amazing.
But it felt good that, people at least recognized, okay, we put a lot of work into it.
Yeah, you got rewarded for it.
Yeah.
One thing I don't want to forget to mention is these 8-lug aluminum wheels.
Yes, yeah.
Tell me what's significant about those, if you don't mind.
Well, just the whole concept that, the center part there where you've got the fin part here. This is your hub that actually then connects, to your brake system underneath it, your pads and all that.
Right.
And then there's the metal here. The rim actually is open.
Okay.
It's essentially, and you got the little eyelets or the ears sticking out to put it on.
So are we literally looking at the brake drum?
Yes, this is the brake drum.
So that is the brake drum.
That is the brake drum.
Isn't that amazing? And it's cast aluminum.
Cast aluminum, yep.
That is so cool.
And it actually takes a special tool to actually, balance it and get it to at the tire shops.
That's crazy. Wow, that's cool. Very cool. Well, Rich, thank you for showing me around. It's a beautiful car. It's doing well at the show. So
thanks, Barry.
Should be there. Wow, guys. It's been a 5-year restoration. So, look at us. All right.
Sure sounds good. You don't get to hear a 421 purring just every day.